Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video I will talk about an observation and the conclusion based on the observation, and the conclusion is based on a pattern, and the pattern is provided to me by the media operatives in the world, especially in the United States of America. And that is, I noticed that certain people, sometimes leaning to the right of the political spectrum, when they touch certain subjects, or they promote something, support some ideas that are unacceptable for some, we find out that they somehow sexually harassed someone or are accused of sexual misconduct. Some of them are put to jail, some arrested, obviously, and so on. I have here a list to make my point. Now, these guys are mostly on the right by the media operatives, and I have a list. And it's very strange. I repeat, this is an observation, could be a faulty observation, all right, or could be a faulty assessment of the observation. But I would like to share with you, so maybe you can pay attention and tell me, hey, Emil, you are wrong, because you see, it's happening over there too. Well, if it's happening over there too, we have a little problem. Why? These accusations, allegations, and sometimes convictions show up after someone said something about something. Pay attention to that one. I'm very vague because I can't be on YouTube, 100% as I am in real life. Now, if someone commits a crime, he should be charged, right? And then convicted if the court of law decides beyond any reasonable doubt. I worked with sexual abuse cases, and I know how I met a lot of monsters face to face, in court, and so on. A lot of people went to jail, let's put it this way. So, or to prison, how we want to look at it. So, don't defend these predators, these monsters, especially when it's about children or women. But this is a cheap war on some to get electorate and destroy someone's character. Remember, I want these guys that I'm going to mention here punished as much as Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, what's the baboon right now in charge, Biden, how these guys were punished for bombing Yugoslavia, destroying Iraq and Afghanistan, destroying Libya, destroying Ukraine. All those are, or if you want, we can throw over there if you want Ford, no, not Ford, Lyndon Johnson. We can throw over there if you want, what's his name, Woodrow Wilson. We can do many, Polk, President. We can do a lot of people. We can even do Harry Truman with his war crimes. And what, the atomic bombs were war crimes, civilians targeted, clear. All right, so not only, I can go on and on and on. When those guys will be punished in a court of law, according to our law, then yes, I want these guys that I'm going to mention here, again, punished if found guilty. All right, let's start with the list. This comes from the Yahoo, Pararab, doesn't really matter, 19th. The growing list of sexual misconduct allegations against Trump's picks. So obviously this tried to win 51% of the US electorate. And here we have them. All right, this is Robert F. Kennedy. He's a left-leaning guy, or how we want to look at him right now, because he said certain things, he's out of the club. Elon Musk, obviously. And you got Matt Gaetz, and this is the guy who's appointed to be one of the senior advisors and so on. So let's see who these guys are. A number of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet-level nominees have been accused of sexual harassment and assault. Accused is someone saying something. That's an allegation, and someone accuses you of doing something. That means nothing until it's proven in a court. Remember, nothing. If someone said something. So when you say he or a charge. If you're charged with something, it doesn't mean you're guilty unless you're convicted. And when you're convicted, you can appeal and sometimes win. So remember, when you familiarize yourselves with this. If you're not already, I'm guaranteeing you are, because I know your ages. When you hear allegations, accusations, or as I said, charged with, convicted, no, fuck off, work on it. All right, so let's move on and see who these guys are. So we have Matt Gaetz. Trump nominated Gaetz to become Attorney General of the nation's top law, and he already withdrew his acceptance. In recent years, both Justice Department and the Congressional Committee have investigated sex trafficking and allegations against Gaetz after a friend of his and rising figure in Florida politics, George Greenberg Stein, pleaded guilty in 2021 to sex trafficking of a minor. All right, so we gotta get Gaetz. Gaetz said certain things that we do not accept. Elon Musk, obviously, since he turned to the freedom of speech or absolutist, we got something wrong with him. Then we get Robert F. Kennedy Jr. since he switched pants, or at least not switched pants. This is the way some people tell me, are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Are you on the left? Are you on the right? This is what I tell them. Whatever works for the society to be a just society. Certain things on the left could be used, certain things on the right could be used, certain things on the center, certain things on the far right could be used, certain things on the far left could be used. It depends on the circumstances sometimes, or most of the time. So the same, Robert F. Kennedy associated himself with the party in order to be allowed access to maybe change something in this country for his people. That's what he did. He said, you know what, I'm not going to be able to be in charge of anything to the Democrats. So maybe the Republicans will give me something. And he got it. And what he's trying to do, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I had this book for a long time. Let me see. 3rd of September 2004. You know what? That's the guy, right? Here he is. Now, were there sexual abuse or sexual allegations? I don't know. Let the courts and the investigations determine that. Next one. Pete Hegseth. I don't know. Hegseth. Trump said the nominated Pete, a Fox News Friends Weekend co-host and veteran of the Army National Guard, to lead He said he paid an undisclosed amount to a woman as part of a non-disclosure agreement after she threatened litigation in 2020, according to legal documents obtained by the Washington Post. He maintains the sexual encounter was consensual and has denied all accusations. No charges were filed. Okay, well, and it says here, the Post, the growing list. Now, didn't Bill Clinton settle some accusations or with Paula Jones and others? Didn't he outside? No, he didn't. He paid like $700,000 here and there. And some. He was the president. This guy is a guy. No, you don't want predators over there, do you? No, but we had one at least one. I'm not trying to defend these guys. My point is here, and I'm going to continue giving you names. My point is here. Why some are giving and some right there. That tells me that selective justice. Selective justice is not justice. All right, let's move on. All criminals, all who committed a crime and is determined that they committed a crime should be punished according to the gravity of the crime. Now, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, accused of sexual misconduct in new lawsuit. This was in 2020. Now, this guy right here, Sean Hannity, but Tucker Carlson. Now, again, do I know what happened? No, but it's interesting. Now you can say, well, just a second. There were some guys on the left who were fired for that too. Well, I think it was O'Reilly, the same thing, right? Boom. And it was Cuomo, wasn't it Cuomo? Cuomo was for, I think, his brother, Andrew Cuomo, and so on. Let's go to another one, and I care for this one more than for many others. Andrew Tate and brother Tristan to be tried in Romania on rape, trafficking charges. Remember, Andrew Tate, he's the most vocal that hurt the Matrix, the most vocal. So he got arrested, he's got in jail for almost 3 months in Romanian jail, and in Romania, get justice. Yeah, okay. So it didn't happen because the Romanians just felt, we should do this. There was an order from the other guys who are responsible for the ones that I mentioned so far. So we'll find out. But the same, they should be punished as Harry Truman was punished, or Bill Clinton. And I'm not saying this. I know it's bad to say this. I tell you why. Because if there are victims over there, they will not see justice. But sometimes, and I'm not trying to push this as, but those guys killed hundreds of thousands of people. I'm talking Harry Truman with his atomic bombs. That was a war crime. Civilian cities, clear. And the Americans would have gone to the third and fourth and fifth and so on city if Japan would not have surrendered. That's what they said. So those were mass murderers. Mass murderers. Others too, okay? The guys who got it in Vietnam. In Vietnam was a crime. The United States got over there, and we, the Americans, had 55,000 people killed, of our young Americans, of all stripes, killed over there because of a lie. And the lie was the Gulf of Tonkin. Lied attack that the Vietnamese attack our ships just stationed in the Gulf of Tonkin already. There was a lie. We went to war. We destroyed not only Vietnam, we destroyed Cambodia, we destroyed Laos, based on a lie. So those guys, we know who they are. We know that we have names. Where are they? So when I see Tristan and when I see Matt Gates with one 17-year-old, and I look at these criminals, I'm like, fuck off. Next one. And we got to this guy. Kanye West, yay, right? Accused of gagging and choking former ANTM star in new assault lawsuit. I'm not going to talk about these techniques that are how do you call it? Employed in sexual acts by some. And here, Kanye West accused of sexually assaulting and strangling model on music video set, new lawsuit set. Right? Sexually assaulting. Well, as I said, I am not for the criminals to just get a free pass. But it's interesting, before Kanye West attacked one issue and one group, the perpetual victims of this planet, he got fucked. Adidas dropped him at the pressure of groups. Dropped him. He lost from about $2 billion net worth. He dropped to about less than 1 billion. He's not a billionaire anymore. In a month. So you tell me that kind of entity doesn't have power? Why? Because he said some stupid things. Stupid, like, come on, man, shut the fuck up. You're drunk, you're high, whatever you are. But no, they're attacking. They want to destroy him. So again, now we find out he assaulted. Do you think, put it this way, when I hear, for instance, Mbappe, the French football player, accused of, again, something like this, assaulting a woman, in a bar, or you have Cristiano Ronaldo, or again, accused of this, and others. I'm thinking, how in the hell those bitches got so close to these predators? Do you think they were just dancing over there and just because it happened, they didn't want? Who gets around these kind of people? You and I? What kind of, and I'm not trying to look down on this group, but who would go and party with, let's say, Puff Daddy? What kind of woman? The same, Kanye West. Who would go over there? Do you think that, for instance, Mbappe would need to assault someone to get sex laid by someone? I guarantee you there are tons of idiotic women ready to do that. Or men, I don't give a fuck. So the same here with Kanye West. Do you think he needed this woman? And I'm going to show you the woman. I don't have her. Anyway, she's how should I put it politically correct? Asian-looking woman. And we have, obviously, the last example, which I'm going to tell you why this happened to him. Conor McGregor, UFC champion, former champion, loses sexual assault civil case in Dublin, found liable of assaulting Nikita Hand. Why were they found him guilty, I think? Because he did it, right? We didn't find out before he talked about that incident with the stabbing in Ireland, did we? No, it didn't happen after. Before that, only after. So again, he said, we're going to take care of this garbage in Ireland. I might be a candidate, run for office in Ireland. No, you won't. We're going to fuck you up with at least 51% of the population, which is women. How? Because you did it. You did it. Now again, do I think that happened? Look, I'm not trying to defend anybody here. I'm not to defend. I'm just here to point out that to me it's very suspicious when these guys, when they get their neck out a little bit in the politics, in the wrong politics, they get slapped with this. With things that happen. Remember Kavanaugh, the one that was, now he's a Supreme Court Justice. Kavanaugh, they brought someone from, I don't know, 1,000 years ago that he did this to her and so on. I'm not talking about, what's his name, Bill Crosby or whatever, Cosby, whatever it is, the black guy, he was giving them some whoop. Now I'm going to have you turn around. He was like, I'm not talking about that kind. But nevertheless, you go to party with Didi or with these guys, what kind of person you are? I mean, it's obvious that these guys are going to have a little bit of a naughty party. So let's say McGregor, and I'm not here to defend him. He's partying. He's a multimillionaire. He's a multimillionaire guy. Young, not ugly, strong. So a lot of eyes and pussies are on this guy, like targets. Okay, they're on him. So you go to a party and he, I don't know, snore some heroin or whatever he does, get some acid and woo, and then some girl comes around and he's just doing, you touched my nipple. But she's all over there for what? To fuck the guy and maybe take him away from his whatever wife he's got over there, whoever he's got. I don't know, he's married with a girl that he's been knowing for some time. I mean, they went together. It doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, but or it could have happened. But if you go around and it's a party, people are drunk, she comes around, puts her butt against your cock, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, sorry, please forgive me. You're gonna do this, you think? I mean, you dance, you push her around, maybe you go a little bit too much, and then, who do you think I am? Just because I'm dressed like a whore doesn't mean I'm a whore. Remember, what's his name? Dave Chappelle. Just because I wear this uniform, it doesn't make me a police officer. Well, you certainly act like and are dressed like one. The same here. So again, interesting. Just pay attention. Just pay attention every time. Not every time. It's an exaggeration. But sometimes when someone says something and touches certain subjects, the media operatives are going to slap them with allegations, accusations, and sometimes convictions. And remember, they should be punished as the ones that I mentioned were and are punished. They are still alive. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Are you coming here, buddy? Look for the truth and be just.